What is a hazard? What should wheel bearing seals be checked for? When backing, why is it important to use a helper?
Hello, this is Barry Branton. I'm making these study videos to help you pass the CDL General Knowledge Exam. The questions along with the answers, which I cover in this video, can be found in the CDL manual. A link to that manual is in the description.
The CDL Manual, study presentation by Barry Branton. Section 2, Driving Safely. CDL Manual, Section 2, Driving Safely. This section contains knowledge and safe driving information that all commercial drivers should know. You must pass a test on this information to get a CDL. This section does not have specific information on air brakes, combination vehicles, doubles, or passenger vehicles. When preparing for the vehicle inspection test, you must review the material in Section 11, in addition to the information in this section. This section does have basic information on hazardous materials, hazmat, that all drivers should know. If you need a hazmat endorsement, you should study Section 9. Section 2 has a total of 10 question groups, covering 23 subsections. The total number of questions in this section is 67. The average number of questions per question group is 7. Group A, 11 questions. This is Section 2.1, Vehicle Inspection. What is the most important reason for doing a vehicle inspection? Safety is the most important reason you inspect your vehicle. Safety for yourself and for other road users. Finding a vehicle defect during an inspection could save you problems later. What things should you check during a trip? You should check instruments, air pressure gauge if you have air brakes, temperature and pressure gauges, ammeter and voltmeter, mirrors, tires, cargo covers, and lights. If you see, hear, smell, or feel anything that might mean trouble, check it out. Name some key steering system parts. Steering wheel, steering shaft, gearbox, hydraulic fluid reservoir, power steering cylinder, tie rod, steering arm, pitman arm, drag link, steering knuckle and spindle. Name some suspension system defects. Missing or broken leaves in any leaf spring. If 1/4 or more are missing, it will put the vehicle in out of service, but any defect could be dangerous. Broken leaves in a multi-leaf spring or leaves that have been shifted so they might hit the tire or other parts. Leaking shock absorbers, torque rod or arm, U-bolts, spring hangers, or other axle positioning parts that are cracked, damaged, or missing. Air suspension systems that are damaged or leaking. Any loose, cracked, broken, or missing frame members. What 3 kinds of emergency equipment must you have? Fire extinguisher. Spare electrical fuses, unless equipped with circuit breakers. Warning devices for parked vehicles. For example, 3 reflective warning triangles, or 6 fuses, or 3 liquid burning flares. Optional items may include chains, where winter conditions require them, tire changing equipment, list of emergency phone numbers, and an accident reporting kit or packet. What is the minimum tread depth for front tires? For other tires, you need at least 4/32 inch tread depth in every groove on front tires. You need 2/32 inch on other tires. Name some things you should check on the front of your vehicle during the walk-around inspection. Door and passenger door glass should be clean. Door latches or locks should work properly. Continued. Condition of wheels and rims. Missing, bent, broken studs, clamps, lugs, or any signs of misalignment. Condition of tires. Properly inflated. Valve stem and cap okay. No serious cuts, bulges, or tread wear. Use wrench to test rust-streaked lug nuts, indicating looseness. Hub oil level okay, no leaks. Continued. Condition of spring. This is for the front suspension. Spring hangers, shackles, U-bolts, shock absorber condition. Continued. Front brakes. Condition of brake drums or discs. Brake pad has at least 1/4 inch of material. Condition of brake shoe. Condition of hoses. Continued. Front. Condition of front axle. Condition of steering system. No loose, worn, bent, damaged, or missing parts. Must grab steering mechanism to test for looseness. Continued. Condition of windshield. Check for damage and clean if dirty. Check windshield wiper arms for proper spring tension. Check wiper blades for damage, stiff rubber, and securement. Continued. Lights and reflectors. Parking, clearance, and identification lights clean, operating, and proper color, amber at front. Reflectors clean and proper color, amber at front. Front turn signal lights clean, operating, and proper color, amber or white on signal facing forward. What should wheel bearing seals be checked for? To make sure that they are not cut, damaged, or loose, and visually see that they are not leaking fluid. How many red reflective triangles should you carry? A commercial driver must carry 3 reflective triangles in his truck at all times. How do you test hydraulic brakes for leaks? Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal and hold it for 5 seconds. The pedal should not move. If it does, there might be a leak or other problems. Why put the starter switch key in your pocket during the vehicle inspection? The driver should keep the starter key on his person while performing the pre-trip inspection so that no one can start the engine while the vehicle inspection is being performed. Question Group B. 8 questions. Covering sections 2.2, Basic Control of Your Vehicle, and 2.3, Shifting Gears. Why should you back toward the driver's side? So you can see better. Backing toward the right side is very dangerous because you can't see as well. If stopped on a hill, how can you start moving without rolling back? For manual transmission, partly engage the clutch before you take your right foot off of the brake, or put the parking brake on whenever necessary to keep you from rolling back. On a tractor trailer equipped with a trailer handbrake valve, the hand valve can be applied to keep from rolling back. When backing, why is it important to use a helper? There are blind spots that you can't see. What's the most important hand signal that you and the helper should agree on? Stop. What are 2 special conditions where you should downshift? Before entering the curve, before starting down a hill. When should you downshift automatic transmissions? You can select a low range to get greater engine braking when going downgrades. Also pay attention. Some vehicles have automatic transmissions. You can select a low range to get greater engine braking when going down grades. The lower range prevents the transmission from shifting up beyond the selected gear, unless the governor RPM is exceeded. It is very important to use this braking effect when going downgrade. Retarders keep you from skidding when the road is slippery. True or false? False. Retarders help slow a vehicle, reducing the need for using your brakes. When you drive, wheels have poor traction. The retarders may cause them to skid. Therefore, you should turn the retarders off whenever the road is wet, icy, or snow covered. What are 2 ways to know when to shift? Use engine speed. Watch your tachometer and shift up when the engine reaches the top of the range for your engine. Question Group C, 10 questions, covering sections 2.4, Seeing, 2.5, Communicating, and 2.6, Controlling your speed. How far ahead does the manual say you should look? The manual indicates that you should look 12 to 15 seconds ahead, which means that this is the distance you would travel in 12 to 15 seconds. At a slower speed, that would be about a block. At highway speeds, it's about a quarter of a mile. What are 2 main things to look for ahead? Look for traffic, vehicles coming onto the highway, into your lane, or turning. Watch for brake lights from slowing vehicles. Look for road conditions. Look for hills and curves. Anything you'll have to slow or change lanes for. Pay attention to traffic signals and signs. Watch for stale green lights that may change before you get there. What's your most important way to see the sides and rear of your vehicle? Mirrors. Mirrors help you see the sides and rear of your vehicle. What does communicating mean in safe driving? It means signaling your intentions. Where should you place reflectors when stopped on a divided highway? All to the rear of the vehicle, at 10 feet, 100 feet, and 200 feet, towards the approaching traffic. Traffic is approaching your vehicle from the rear. This rule also applies for one-way streets. What 3 things add up to total stopping distance? 1. Perception distance. 2. Reaction distance. And 3. Braking distance. If you go twice as fast, your stopping distance increases by 2 or 4 times. Answer: 4 times. The preceding answer is true for speeds from 20 to 40 miles per hour. Stopping distance under the paragraph heading. The effects of speed on stopping distance, which states when you double your speed from 20 to 40 miles per hour, the impact is 4 times greater. The braking distance is also 4 times longer. Keep in mind, the greater the speed, the greater the effect. Empty trucks have the best braking. True or false? False. Empty trucks require greater stopping distance because an empty vehicle has less traction. It can bounce and lock up its wheels, giving much poorer braking. Stopping distance under the paragraph heading, the effect of vehicle weight on stopping distance, which states empty trucks require greater stopping distance because an empty vehicle has less traction. The reason for that is because empty trucks don't have as much weight on the tires as loaded trucks have on them. For trucks, more weight within reason on the tires equals better traction. What is hydroplaning? Hydroplaning, which is comparable to your tires water skiing, happens when the tires lose their contact with the road and have little or no traction. You can regain control by releasing the accelerator and pushing in the clutch. What is black ice? Black ice is a thin layer that is clear enough that you can see the road underneath it. It makes the road look wet. At any time the temperature is below freezing and the road looks wet, watch out for black ice. Question Group D. 6 questions covering sections 2.7, Managing Space, and 2.8, Seeing Hazards. How do you find out how many seconds of following distance space you have? Wait until the vehicle ahead passes and count off the seconds like this: 1001, 1002, and so on, until you reach the same spot. Keep at least 4 seconds for 40-foot truck and 5 seconds if you are going over 40 miles per hour. If you are driving a 30-foot vehicle at 55 miles per hour, how many seconds of following distance should you allow? Allow at least 4 seconds. You should decrease your following distance if somebody is following too closely. True or false? False. Increase your following distance. Opening up room in front of you will help you to avoid having to make sudden speed or direction changes. It also makes it easier for the tailgater to get around you. If you swing wide to the left before turning right, another driver may try to pass you on the right. True or false? True. What is a hazard? A hazard is any road condition or other road user, driver, bicyclist, pedestrian, that is a possible danger. Why make emergency plans when you see a hazard? Being prepared will reduce the danger. Always have a plan. You look for the hazards in order to have time to plan a way out of any emergency. When you see a hazard, think about the emergencies that could develop. and figure out what you would do. Always be prepared to take action based on your plans.